Hey everyone, how's it going? Today I'm in the mood for gnocchi. So come on into the kitchen, I'll show you how to make it. So for this recipe we're going to take a large butternut squash. Make sure it's a big one because we need about 500 grams of roasted flesh. I'm going to start by topping and tailing it. You can cut off the bulb, split them down the center. Each of these halves we're going to wrap in kitchen foil. We're going to place those on a roasting tray and roast in a hot oven about 200 degrees Celsius for 45 minutes to an hour. While your butternut squash is roasting, you can take a pan and melt 250 grams of butter over a gentle heat. While that's melting, take 50 grams of Parmesan cheese, grate this, minding those fingers. Now we take a handful of cherry tomatoes. I've used Plum cherry tomatoes in this recipe. We're going to quarter those. And set aside. Wipe down your chopping board. And take some sage. 4 leaves should do it. Pluck these off. We're going to roll them up into a little cigar and we're going to shred them finely. This is what the French like to call a chiffonade. By this time, your butter should be bubbling away. Take a whisk and stir it continuously until it reaches a nice golden brown color and releases that lovely nutty aroma. Now we're going to strain this into a bowl over which I've set a sieve and lined with kitchen paper. While that's draining, fill a pan with hot water. And once that comes to the boil, simmer your bacon bits for about 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, we're going to take them out and drain them on kitchen towel. Once your clarified butter or nut butter has strained through the sieve, we can decant it into a small jar and keep it for later. Now we take a piece of string and tie it diagonally across the top of a pan, making sure it's pretty taut. Clip off the end bit because you do not want that catching fire. By now your butternut should be roasted. Check with a knife to make sure it's tender. Scoop out the flesh. And mash it with a fork. To this we're going to add some cracked black pepper, about 2 teaspoons of salt, 250 grams of flour, and your 50 grams of Parmesan cheese. Now mix it all together, and in doing so it should cool down a small bit, and now you can add your 2 egg yolks. Continue to mix until you get a nice sticky dough. This dough we're going to scoop up and transfer to a piping bag. If you don't have a piping bag, go out and buy one. Now we're going to snip the top off the piping bag. In this time your pan of water should come to the boil, and now we're going to make our gnocchi. So squeezing out little amounts at a time, using the string to cut them. The gnocchi will drop into the water and once it rises to the surface, it's cooked. We transfer these to a bowl of ice water and then we're going to drain our gnocchi in a bowl lined with kitchen paper. Heat a pan, add some of your lovely nut butter, and throw in your gnocchi. Start to fry. Give it a little shake to make sure it doesn't stick to the pan. Add your bacon bits. Shake again. Once your gnocchi and your bacon start to crisp up a little bit, add your leaves. Shaking again. These will only take a couple of seconds to wilt. In which time we're going to add our cherry tomatoes, our chopped sage. Shake the pan again, and you can see those leaves wilting before your very eyes. Now we're going to add another crack of black pepper, and it's time to serve. Look at those colors. Now to finish this dish, we're just going to add another 2 spoonfuls of our nut butter and another little grating of Parmesan cheese. And that's it. Now you know how to make gnocchi. Enjoy!